Man, I feel like a lot of you guys are just way too comfortable. And I'm not saying being comfortable is a bad thing, but I just think so many people wake up, they sit in their bed for 2 hours on their phones and then like they they go downstairs, maybe they go make some food, maybe make some cereal and then they sit on their phone while they're making cereal and then they go back upstairs and like, I'm going to play some games, but I'm going to sit on my phone for a little bit first and it's just and you have, people call them, oh, today's just a lazy day. I'm not gonna do nothing today. But how many times are you gonna have a lazy day in a row? You guys are getting too comfortable just doing nothing. Sitting in your house, and comfort is not a bad thing until you abuse it. When you put yourself in these uncomfortable scenarios, that's when you're really doing stuff. For example, it doesn't even have to be uncomfortable, but when you go to like a cafe and you order food or you order a coffee, you get your $13 iced vanilla latte. That interaction with somebody takes energy. It's a social interaction. And that's not as comfortable, going out and talking to people is not as comfortable as sitting in your room. And if it is for you, well, maybe this doesn't apply, but y'all need to just be a little less comfortable and be okay with that too. If more people just like got up and did stuff every day, there was no phone to wake up and sit on for 2 hours. Man, I feel like so many people would be so less just honestly tired all the time. And that's one of the things everyone's like, I want to go out and I want to have fun and I want to go hang out with my friends again, but I'm just too tired. You know why you're too tired is because you're not doing anything. Your days go by and they feel like, hold on, I had to test if double pump still worked. You know, your days go by and you're recycling them. You use them up by sitting on your phone and not eating much and doing nothing. But people just need to be less comfortable, and I feel like that'll get you a lot further. But imagine you're viewing yourself through a TV show essentially. Like you're watching your life in third person through a TV. What would you be thinking right now? You know? What would you be telling yourself? Think about that for a second. What would you be telling yourself if you were looking through a TV? Whatever that is, you need to take that and you need to go and apply it, because I feel like so many people are looking through that TV and they're like, this person's boring. This person ain't doing anything. It's time to spice things up. You know? Just throw in some music and go for a 20-minute walk. And on that walk, you're gonna, say good morning, good afternoon to like two people. You're gonna see someone walking their dog. You might pet it. You can ask, can I pet your dog? And it's these social situations which give you energy, because essentially you have to put a face on. You have to put yourself out there to interact with these people, and that takes energy. But it's going to give you energy in return, because these interactions will make you feel good, and it'll make you feel like your day is less of a waste. There's people out there who try, you want to go to the gym, but you wake up and you're like, I don't want to wake up right now. Let me just like get a few more minutes. And then you end up sleeping another hour and a half. And then you wake up and you're like, by now the gym's probably crowded and I'll just go tonight. And then the night rolls around and you're like, I can just go first thing tomorrow morning. And it's a constant repetition. And a lot of people don't know how to get out of this rhythm, as you could say, this constant just doing nothing. And it's hard, man. And it sucks. The whole time it feels like I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm lazy. When was the last time you asked one of your friends to hang out? When was the last time you messaged an old group chat? It's time to start that back up again, you know? You can go to that coffee shop and order your $13 latte and, you know, get a little flirty with whoever you're ordering your coffee from. Ha, then what? Now you're in a really weird situation. Ooh, I bet a lot of y'all don't like that. But that's what's fun, man. I feel like you just gotta go out and you gotta do stuff. Otherwise, you fall into this constant cycle of depression. And the issue is not that people fall into this and whatever. It's just that people are okay with it. You know, every day you're like, I'm okay just sitting on my phone. I'm okay just eating a bowl of cereal and then not eating anything until 3 p.m. And then eating a snack at 3 p.m. but then not being hungry enough for dinner. It's a constant cycle, but you just need to get out of it. You know, go hop on a bike. And if you don't have a bike, you know, they y'all can rent those things. Same with the like Lime scooters, whatever those are. You can rent those for like $5. So that's what you should go do. I'm surprised I hit that. But just, you gotta go do something. I mean, I'm sitting in my room playing Fortnite, sure. But I'm gonna leave and, you know, I'm gonna go get my car and I might drive around. I don't know where I'm going yet, but I might go get a nice drink. And it costs money, but there's other things you can do that don't cost money. You know? I think I've been pretty lazy lately too. So as much as it's easy to talk about this, I'm not necessarily one to talk, but it's easy, man. It's easy to fall into this loop and just let it continue. But it's giving you a bitter taste of the world, and it's making you look, everything else around you becomes more bitter and gross. You know? Makes you look at the negatives. Think about this, you know, you're getting 9 hours of sleep and then you wake up and you feel tired. But if you were to go out and do something all that, you know, you were going to go for a walk and then you started going thrifting and then you said, you know, started talking to some people. And I think that's a freedom that I think a lot of people don't know that they have. You can go to a coffee shop. You can go to any social situation with anyone. And you know, you're just walking around, especially old people. Oh man, if you get in a conversation with old people, you're going to be there forever. And that's a good thing. Because the amount of stories these people want to tell, oof, you got to sit down and all you got to do is you got to say, "Hey, I like your shirt." They go, "Oh, thank you." You know? And then you can say, I don't know, what are you drinking there? What do you normally order? They'll be like, "Oh, I usually get a mocha, just a small one. I don't need too much caffeine. It makes me jittery." You know, and then you can be like, "Oh, I love caffeine. I always get a large, and I get all jittery, but that's fun. You know, it makes me feel like I have energy, and I go do a bunch of fun stuff." They go, "Oh yeah, that sounds kind of fun, but that's just not for me. I get so anxious." And boom, you look at that. You're talking to somebody, and you're having a conversation, and not only are you going to benefit from this, but they're going to benefit from it too. You know, like. Not everyone wants to talk to you though. I feel like there's a, you know, if you tell them, you know, "Oh, what kind of coffee you got there?" And they're like, it's a mocha," and they just kind of give you this unsure face, you know, bland responses. You should be able to get a sense of, man, I don't want to talk to you, because not everyone wants to talk. You know, a lot of people, you'd be surprised. Usually, you think people who are going to chill at a cafe or open to this social thing, but you know, a lot of people there just to study and do work and everything. But And if you're not good in social situations, that's even more of a reason why you should go do this kind of thing. Because you're getting practice. And here's the thing. If at any point things go weird, or you ain't feeling the energy, you can leave. This is a random person. You could just get out. You could leave, you could do nothing. You have so many options. And I think that's why it's so cool, is because this is a stranger that you're talking to. You are in no, you don't owe them anything. Y'all just having a chat. I think that kind of thing is so cool. People who, you know, strangers are one conversation away from being a friend. Or even finding out you have something in common with them, you know? If you compliment, like, their shoes, you're like, oh, nice Jordans, man. And you're wearing some Jordans too, and they're like, oh, what Jordans are those? Oh man, these are the Brad 11s. Like, oh dude, those are sick. Yeah, my dad got me these for my birthday 2 years ago, and I've been wearing them almost every day ever since. Like, oh man, I bought these like 3 months ago, you know, it was after my first paycheck. I saved up my first paycheck to buy these shoes. And just from a conversation like that, you can already tell so much about a person. And it's just these social interactions. All you gotta do is just get up and leave your house. And not everyone can do that. But if you can, you're setting yourself ahead of many people. Damn, oh shit, look at that. World War II style fight we got going on here. Sorry, I'm not trying to distract anybody, but... Oh shit, blew it up. But yeah, y'all are too comfortable. That's all it is. You just need to get up and you need to leave. You need to put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, because those are the situations where not only do you learn things about others and yourself, but you have, you know, it takes energy. And that energy at the end of the day is going to leave you feeling tired. But it's going to make that tiredness feel worth it. It's going to make you feel like you did something that day. Or yeah, you can go to the gym. We all know how that goes. Oh, I was going to go, but I'm going to go tonight. Nah. You don't actually want to go. Y'all need to go to the gym. And not everyone needs to go to the gym, but every time I go to the gym and then I leave and I think, oh, I'm so tired, and now my legs hurt and my arms hurt, but I feel like it was worth it, you know. Like if I go home and eat some breakfast and I just do nothing for the rest of the day. You know, I went to the gym, and that's already starting off the day better than doing nothing, you know. If you do nothing for the rest of the day, you can go to sleep and you say, I went to the gym today. And that's what that day was about. And if all you did that day was go to the gym and oh shit, and put in a actual effort, then that's a day well spent. Y'all gotta start this one at a time. Live life one at a time, one day at a time. I think a lot of you guys need to be less comfortable. And I know I keep saying that, but that's really what it is. You guys find too much, I'm not even going to say happiness, because I feel like a lot of people aren't happy, but you find too much comfort in being comfortable in your house and doing nothing. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to have some fun. Go hang out with people you haven't seen in 2 years. Oh man, you know when you're having a conversation with somebody, and even if it's a friend, but y'all just stop talking, and like you don't really know what to talk about, and so you just kind of standing there like looking around for like 10 seconds, and then one of them Usually they hop on their phone or something. And they like look at their phone. And I was like, oh, and then they start texting. There was no notification there. You guys just try to get out of this awkward situation, and you use your phones to do it. Man, we gotta put down those phones. I'm not one to talk. I think my screen time is like 6 to 7, 6-7 hours a day. But we use it as an excuse to hide and do nothing. But I recently deleted TikTok, and actually, I recommend y'all do that too. Or if Reels is your thing, you be doom scrolling on Reels, you ought to delete the app. When I deleted TikTok, I think Gmail went in like the place of where TikTok was. And so every time I'll open my phone, I'll click on Gmail. Because it was so engraved into my head to open my phone and click on TikTok that now I open Gmail. And I'm just like, why did I open the Gmail? Oh. Took me like a week to get out of that cycle of just clicking on what I thought was TikTok, but I'd open my Gmail. Man. But now, I don't have TikTok. I haven't watched a TikTok. And some of my friends still send me TikToks. I'm like, shit, I can't look at it. So, you know, one of them actually screen recorded it and sent it to me. It was pretty funny. I think it was a video of like a dog doing something stupid, but I'm just like, shit, I don't got TikTok. That's beautiful, man. Deleting these apps. Because you can tell yourself, you can set your screen time, but we all know you set your screen time and then that limit hits. It's like, oh, you got 5 minutes left. You're like, all right, use the 5 minutes. Time's up. And then you just click skip this time. And every day you do that. Man, y'all are too comfortable on this phone. Y'all just got to leave. Leave your house. Leave your dorm if you're in college. Y'all got to leave and just do nothing. I feel like, you know, a lot of you might just be in your room right now. And if you are, this is a sign to get up and leave. Here, if I win this game right here, what I want all of you to do is if either today or tomorrow make plans to go do something in something where you talk to others. If that's, you know, going for a hike, going for a walk, you know, visiting old friends, going to church. Ooh, that's a good one. I've heard a lot of good church stories of like things they've heard while they're at churches. Some of them I don't know if they're true or not, but I hear a lot of good ones. And man, if you really want to like go do something fun and challenge yourself, go to an elder living facility and just, you can walk in there and you can say, yeah, I just came in here looking to talk to some people and just hang out. Oh my God. Be prepared for your ears to fall off in the next 2 hours. You are going to hear stories about Uncle Tommy in World War II. Oh my God. These are the coolest stories. And I don't know if it's just old people or what, but they're so good at telling stories. Man, that's another bonus. The stories they tell are so amazing. But yeah, y'all gotta leave. Oh shit, here. See, if I win this, then y'all gotta go do something. I'm making that promise, and you don't even get to agree on it. I'm making you agree on it. We're back in season 7 OG, Fortnite. It's been like 7 years since it went like 6 years since I played this. But man, I was so young when I played this. I think I was playing on a PS4? Something like that. Man. Now I'm thinking about it. I might actually have to. Oh shit. Ooh. Oh, he died to the storm. Oh, look at that. Y'all gotta leave now. Y'all gotta leave. Let me crank some 90s because, you know, that's what we do. But yeah. Stop being so comfortable and get out of your house, man. See you guys.